Today's the first day of May, so I need to build out my habit tracker for the month, and I'm gonna make a bunch of changes to it from last month, and I wanna show you guys what I'm gonna do. Last month, I built out this habit tracker. I'll show you guys what it looked like for the month of April. So April here, you can see I have all 30 memorable moments from last month. On this side, I have my weight. I have all of my habits that I was tracking last month. And I did a pretty good job staying consistent and filling everything out. There were obviously a few categories that I was a little bit inconsistent in, and I'm gonna make some changes to that this month. Also, I think this worked out pretty well, having the weight on one side and the body fat percentage on the other, so I think I'm gonna keep that the same. My favorite part about this is seeing my sleep score throughout the month. There were a few days where I got a perfect 100 sleep score, but there was a lot of days, especially towards the end of the month, where my sleep score kind of struggled. But overall, I think I'm gonna do a graph again, just because this is so satisfying to see at the end of the month. There's a few other changes I'm gonna make. I have this column for added sugar, and every time that I didn't put an X meant that I didn't have added sugar. And that was what I was going for here. However, you can see that it gets a little bit messy and hard to read, because when I put X's here, it looks like I completed my habit for the day, but that's actually not what I wanted to see in that column. So what I'm gonna change next month is put no added sugar and then put X's for every day that I did that. So with that being said, I'm gonna flip to the next page and we're gonna make my May habit tracker. I'm gonna start out by making some lines on both sides. I'm gonna start off by making some lines here for my memorable moments and then a grid here for my habit tracking. Now that my boxes are made, I'm gonna add my titles in. There's also a few habits that I'm gonna take off that I didn't find super effective. So let's go back to April to see what those were. The first one I'm gonna take off is cold exposure. For me, this one worked last month because I was training for my marathon. I really wanted to focus on this. There were a lot of benefits that I was after, but however, this month, I just don't think it's that important of a habit to track. I think getting a little bit here and there is a good thing to do, but I don't need to be doing it every day, so I'm gonna take it off my list. Another habit that I'm gonna start tracking this month is gonna be lifting weights. Last month, I was really focused on running my marathon, and after that, I took a few days to reflect and think about what I wanna do next. The next thing that I wanna do is just try working out more, lifting more weights, because this isn't something that I've done in the past, and I wanna try to get as good as I can at doing this. So, I think that's gonna be a worthwhile goal to track. Just like last month, I'm gonna keep my body fat percentage here, and I'm also gonna keep that sleep score graph in. The last thing that I will say is I'm leaving some space here to add new habits if I feel like it throughout the month. So this is kind of what I've been doing for my habit tracker. Hopefully towards the end of the month, it'll start looking more like this. And I usually pick, at least last month, I picked a good quote that I thought kind of motivated me throughout the month. And I looked at it every night when I was doing my habit tracker. Last month, as you can see here, it was action is the antidote to anxiety. This month, I'm not sure what it's gonna be. It took me a few days to get to really think of that quote last time. So I'm gonna wait on that because I want to find a great quote that will be kind of almost the theme of the month for me. So with that being said, there's my habit tracker for May. Thank you guys for joining.